Hi guys, it's Gregory Scott here to do your reading for Friday the 21st of August 2015. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to choose 3 cards here to give you your reading for the day. And let's see what we get. Okay. So the first thing that I'm being drawn to is the numbers. 6 and 4 is 10 and 4 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5, and 5 is about freedom. So that's the underlying key theme here, freedom. The first thing is the 6 of Wands. And the young woman kind of reminds me of Elizabeth Taylor there as Cleopatra. And she was working this apparatus to get water in to this little basket, and then this guy kind of collects the water, puts it in this, I don't know, what's that called, an urn or container, and then they carry it off, and then they've got water. Okay, so it's about working together, applying yourself to create a temporary harmonious situation. They're getting water, that water eventually will deplete and run out, and then they have to do it again. But basically the theme here is apply yourself today to create harmony in your life, to create good, and to bring things into your life that you need. The next card kind of echoes that. It's kind of a grim looking card, some workers killing an animal there, then building a fire, and it's about doing what you need to do to create some stability and structure in your life. So this they're doing for food, not for any other reasons, and it's so that they can survive and that they can have a life that they can lead. Same things here, you know, human needs, water, food, sustenance, all of those things are necessary, and that's really what this day is about. That it's a good day to really gather the nuts for winter, you know, to apply yourself, to make an effort, to do a lot of work, and you can really bring the things in that you need. So don't get, you know, if you're a vegan or something, don't get hung up on the image here. The basic, or try not to, the basic image is people are doing what they need to survive, and it's a very good day to be productive. Then finally we've got the 4 of Chalices, and the 4 of Chalices kind of represents the opposite of this. Okay, so we've got lots of people working very hard there, okay, but then we've got the kind of stereotypical image of an obese man, you know, kind of a little bit of a sleazeball, kind of hanging out with these young women here who are serving him, who have probably, you know, been paid for this, whatever. And that's really the opposite of that. These are people who are really genuine and who are making an effort to create something. And this is someone who has an abundance, who has excess, and who's using that excess in a way that's not particularly helpful to these 3 or to himself, you know. Okay, so it's interesting because we're looking at a dichotomy here. We're looking at a juxtaposition. So if you're someone who really has to just grind away today, don't be discouraged by that, because you're going to make a lot of progress. And if you're someone who does have an abundance and who has, you know, your cup runneth over, then just be really careful about how you use your abundance. Are you using it in a positive way, or are you using it in a wasteful way? The other thing is that there's an interesting lesson here, because a lot of people on planet Earth really are striving towards something, and they're really trying to get to either a position of power and wealth, you know. A lot of people, I was watching a documentary about Los Angeles yesterday, and this guy was walking around interviewing people, and I think he just picked up like 30 people off the street and interviewed them, and I think 28 or something of them were all there. They weren't natives, they were all in Los Angeles because they were all going to become film stars, and they were all going to make it big. So a lot of people have that dream, you know, of really becoming something exceptional. And it's not always a positive. You know, sometimes we are in the situations we are in life because we have to learn from them. So let me give you an example, okay? So let's say there's a young woman who's got a really bad temper and a tendency to be somewhat cruel, okay? She works very hard and she doesn't have a lot, and she's okay. Her cruelty doesn't really affect a lot of people because she's kind of busy, you know, she's working all day and she's doing the best she can, and she doesn't really have to deal with that issue. Then she makes it really big, okay, and she gets in a position of power and she hires like 10 assistants, let's say. She's still got that cruelty streak in her, but now she's in a position to really let loose and to really feed that negative character property or defect that she's got. So the fact that she's made it is good for her initially, because now she's got the money and the finances that she needs. But ultimately, it's not good because it really allows her to make a very negative impact on the lives of other people. So that example can be reflected in this. So this young man, look, at the beginning of his life, he's poor, he's working very hard, and then he makes it big and he turns into this guy. So it's a misuse of power. So one, if you're in a position in your life where you're really dissatisfied, just think about what you can learn and what you're able to avoid by being in the position that you're in. And then in this second scenario, just have faith that you can be very productive and you can use this time to really let go of any character defects that you may have. And if you continue to apply yourself, you can become successful, but you can get rid of that, for instance, cruelty or excess lust in this case. You can get rid of that in the process, and when you do make it big, you can use that positively. Do you see what I mean by that? It's a very in-depth kind of complex kind of reading, but you are in the right place in your life right now, and if you apply yourself and if you work on yourself, you can really do something great, and you don't have to fall into the traps that can often come with success. So don't bemoan your lack of success, rather plan and do what you can do on yourself so that when you get that success, it will be really great and you won't kind of go into excess or bad behavior or whatever it is. Done that, and the numbers are freedom. So you can have real freedom financially and emotionally and spiritually by accepting the situation you're in and working on yourself right now. You can do what you can, do the best you can with what you've got at the moment. Whew, okay, that was a big one. Have a great day. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, and if you'd like a private reading with me, please visit the website. It's gregoryscott.com and just click on the testimonials tab. Have a great day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.